Hey, what's going on? But once again, ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls, is the one, especially, this is the one, the only, of course, Mr. Criticism Guy 2009, AK Nintendo Sony for 2011, and most of these videos I'm probably going to put up on Friday, so it's going to at least be altogether 6 videos on here, maybe like 8 on my Nintendo Sony Free channel, 2011 channel. That's probably about 14 videos, and I'll get to that reason maybe at the end of the video if I do remember, but before I begin real quick, let me think. I need people do watch these videos just in case, because I did forget to do this last time, and they might end up being expired too. So I'm not sure if I gave these away or not. But shout out to all my Pokemon TCG fans, because I am gonna get a little bit of Pokemon. As you can tell, at the title above and below is just one specific Pokemon, and that is, of course, you see Keldeo and then a Twilightsparkle on here. And if you're not a Brony fan or a Pokemon fan, if you're gonna be like being a little troll piece of shit that some people are, not my subscribers of course, but people that really hate the series and shit, unfortunately you're gonna have to, I would say kindly fuck off, but in the same time I don't really want to get in that high school aspect. I don't know why it always makes that noise, but yeah, you don't like it, that's totally, and you just tell me the reason why you don't like it. Don't tell me, oh, MLP and Pokemon's for faggots, it's for people who don't have a life, or it's for people, oh, they're wasting their time and shit, and they need to be out in the real world doing stuff. I've heard all that shit before, personally. Not with, like, friends and people like that, and, thank God I didn't get me altercations of kicking the living shit out of them, because apparently I really would have done it, obviously. Not even apparently, officially I would have done it. Well, I'm not here to condone violence or anything, but, yeah, here goes these 3 code cards. I'm not sure if you can see them or not. There goes that one right there. These are all X and Y, by the way. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to look at that. Let me see. You can pause the video if you didn't check that. Hopefully you can see that. Let me just look in the back of my camera real quick, see if you can see that. Oh yeah, you should be able to see it. It's a little blurry. I don't know why it's getting like that. Okay, so that should be enough time that you got all those. And, yeah, I got my drink of water right here. Nothing special, just plain ordinary water. But I did have this yesterday. I wasn't able to do any videos yesterday, so there's that. Rockstar Energy drink, really good ass shit. I haven't got this, I know the Monster version, they call it the BFC can, but I don't know what they call it for that one, Rockstar. So without further ado, let's begin. So you're going to be seeing all these pictures of Keldeo and Twilightsparkle. Once again, this is, of course, for my Versus series I have going on. I'm not sure how long I want to do this. I might end up doing this forever. Who knows? This might end up taking one of the spots of something else. I don't know. But, yeah, other than that, what can I say? So, yeah, let's start off with the origins, like I always do. I always start out with origins of where these superheroes or supervillains came from. That's 1, and then of course we get to physical attack and physical defense. That's 2 and 3, and then 4. I'm actually gonna call it a different set of weapons. I'm gonna call it weapons, special powers, or talents that they have to like use in a fight. And then the 5th final thing, overall, who would win and who would lose, or would it be a tie? Would it be a draw? So yeah, let's start out with the Twilightsparkle, of course, right there, with her brother Shiny Armor and Cadence, which they're not gonna be. And Celestia aren't going to be in this video at all. I'm just going to talk about Twilight in general. So let's talk about her backstory. And if you're not a brony like I am, because I've been a brony for about 2.5 years, since 2012 February. Like I say, I don't really talk about it very much on this channel. I usually talk about it more on my Nintendo Sony Free channel. If you want to know more about MLP, if you're just getting in a franchise in it, just putting, your feet just halfway deep in the water, knee deep in it, definitely check my channel out over there. I explain a lot better. There's a lot of other people I'm subscribed to that can explain it to you probably even way better than I can, because they're in the analysis community. Real big ones. Most of you people probably won't know here because I don't really talk about it very much, but the 3 big ones I know is there's A and Y Pony, Digibrony, or Digibro now, and Tommy Oliver, mostly known as Brony Curious. Definitely check those 3 out. You could just even Google them and you'll see pictures of them. Or go on their YouTube channel. It's a lot easier. But anyways, let's get to this. So, Twilightsparkle, her origins, obviously, she was born and raised in Canterlot. Funny enough, she has a brother named Shining Armor, and now she has a sister-in-law, or mare sister-in-law, I guess, if you watch the series. And if you don't watch MLP, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. If you do, more power to you. Just ignore that little noise too. So there's that. And her mother and father. I think her mother was actually in the second generation. They call her Mrs. Sparkle. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, and I might have to do a part 2 in this video, just letting you know, giving you guys a heads up. Yeah, pretty much after the whole incident that happened with the Call the Cutie episode, if any people haven't heard of it, definitely check that out. What's it called? She ended up finally getting her cutie mark and everything when she had this big giant burst of magic when she was trying to impress Princess Celestia for the first time. And after that, ever since then, she ended up becoming a pony under like her most faithful student. Her pony under her most faithful student's name. That doesn't make sense at all, I know. But she went under her wing. Let's just put it at that. And Celestia pretty much taught everything that Twilight always wanted to know about magic, because she was the element of magic. And what goes with the elements of harmony, but I'm not going to get into that, because I've been into it a million times on my second backup channel, which is Nintendo Sony Freak. If you don't know what that is, definitely check it out. Surprisingly, I'm doing a lot better on that channel than I am here, because I'm 183 subs here. You would have think I would have had 1,000 by now, but I guess 6 years isn't enough, huh? But other than that, almost 6 years. By June 25th, it'll be 6 years. But yeah, other than that, of course you see Keldeo there. I'm going to get into him later, but I will say this is that well, I'm not going to say it yet. Let's keep going on with our origins. And after, of course, if any people haven't seen season 1 through 4, obviously she fights a lot of crazy evil villains along the way. The first one she fights is Nightmare Moon. She defeats her, along with the other elements of harmony, which is, you know, the main 6, which I'm not going to talk about because this is all about Twilight right now. There was that. After they defeated Nightmare Moon, they had to go back in the second episode where it actually showed John Delancey. If any people are Star Trek fans and you're just hearing about this thing named Discord, you know who John Delancey is. I mean, I was never a huge Star Trek fan myself. I was more of into Star Wars than I was into Star Trek. Don't come at me saying, oh, stop being a fucking Star Trek-y hater or something like that, you know. I'm only fucking human, you know. I'm just saying. But yeah, other than that, if you're a Discord fan or if you're a John Delancey fan of Star Trek, you are going to love the shit out of the show, especially season 4. They show a lot more of Discord there, so if you're in the MLP, like if you want to get an MLP, that's the way to go if you want to. Or if you love people like Tara Strong and shit, you know, she's legend. She doesn't need an introduction when it comes to like voice acting. That chick is fucking straight out legend. She needs no introduction. But yeah, other than that, she defeats Nightmare Moon, Discord, Queen Trishulus in the end of season 2, excuse me. And then the season 3, which is like the 4th villain I think they fight, was King Sombra, which a lot of people didn't really like, but I'm not going to get into his stuff. So Twilight defeated that. Well, actually, no, it was their pet Spike, which I'm not going to get into, but long story short, he's a baby dragon. That's what he is. And that's the one you see next to him, if it's playing, of course. There's that. And then the last one I think they fought really wasn't an enemy in season 4. It was actually a big, giant, evil tree or whatever they had to fight, which was fucking weird. I never got that. And we're almost at the end of season 4, so I'm not sure what if they're going to have a super villain, because they're opening this thing called the key box, or the rainbow keys, and they have to like get all these keys and get their elements or whatever, since they don't have the elements of harmony anymore in them. If you watch the show, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then it's all good. Or if you want to learn more about it, like I said, you could go on my channel or go on the other 3 people's channels that I talked about before, like Tommy Oliver, a.k.a. Born Curious, Digibro, and or Digibrony, whatever he goes by these days, and A&Y Pony. So check them out if you want to learn a lot more about it. Now let's get into attack and defense. Unfortunately, Twilight's physical attack, since she was mostly like, I know as extremely intellectual as she is, she's very, very smart, very awesome. And for some other bronies, they would even consider her gorgeous, beautiful, especially with the fan art that's out there. I can't tell you how many times I've seen amazing, wonderful fan art from people. And then there's other fan arts too, but I'm not going to talk about those because they are extremely perverted, and I'm trying to keep this PG as possible without using cussing, profanity, and shit. And that's not easy for me to do. I'll talk about that more maybe on my Nintendo Free channel, I'm just saying. But yeah, other than that, the reason, she's very smart, very intellectual, but unfortunately her physical attack is extremely crap. I don't think she's ever attacked anything like physically. Unless you count on this one episode where there was this big giant joke or a meme that was going around how Twilightsparkle's evolving, so it's kind of a Pokemon reference, how he's going to evolve into Rapidash, and that was pretty funny. I forgot what the episode was called. I think it was Feeling Pinky Keen, I don't know. Or they showed Pinkie Pie, which I'm not going to talk about either. But if you do know me, if you are subbed to my other channel, you don't know how much I love that fucking pony with a fucking passion next to Rarity and Derpy. But yeah, there's that, and there's that one episode where she ends up burning the tree, and she gets all pissed off at how this wasn't the doozy and the other thing was the doozy, or the danger that was going to happen, because she has these pinky senses where her whole body starts twitching like a fucking, what's it called? What was it? Like a fucking stripper or whatever, some shit, I don't know. But other than that, yeah, her whole body all shakes and everything, and after that, what happens is she turns into this big giant fire thing, she burns something, so if you want to count that as a physical attack, I guess. And her teleportation, I guess, too. When she's trying to defeat the enemies and everything. And what else? Especially in the fan art. It's a lot bigger there than it is on the actual show. What else? Defense. Defense is a whole other story. This is where Twilight, it is time for Twilight to shine, because I guess she actually has an older brother, too, which I said earlier was a shining armor. He's really fucking big as shit, by the way. As far as the shippings go, if any people don't know about that, you can go on Tumblr or Google about that if you want to learn more. But I will say this, she knows how to put big giant force fields in front of, like, not just in her own home, but in big giant cities, especially after she becomes an alicorn and masters a lot of magic than she normally does. Sorry, I'm doing this a little bit. My jaw is extremely sore from a lot of talking. So I'm going to do maybe 2 more videos after this, if any people want to see them. So there's that. What else? I'm sorry, I'm just having brain darts. Oh yeah, there's that. And shields, teleportation. What else can she do? I guess she could charge like a horse, if you want to count that as physical and defensive. And what else? Oh, now she has the power of flight after she became an alicorn in Season 3, of course. At the end of Season 3, going on Season 4. We get to see her fly a lot more too, which is awesome as shit. So she's a really good professional glider, a flyer. She got it from Rainbow Dash, obviously. So there's that. She's able to perform aerial attacks, I guess. And she fights enemies and everything like that. Especially when she fought the Changelings, but that's when before she ended up becoming the Alicorn after Season 2 was done. So that was that. And she's very good at casting spells and everything too. I can't forget about that. Since, you know, she's always talking to her faithful, like, princess, her mentor, Princess Celestia. Even though after Season 3, when that was over, she ended up becoming her own princess. She didn't need help from her anymore, but Princess Celestia, I remember her specifically saying if she ever needed any help or needed guidance in her life, she was always there by her side no matter what would happen. So she was kind of like her second mom in a way, you know, how Celestia treated Twilight. And other than that, what happened is that, what's it called? A lot of other things happen, you know, she becomes an Alicorn, they throw a birthday party for her and shit like that, etc. And they get into the 4th season, which is almost finished. I think May or June is one of those 2 months where it's going to finish, and then they go into Season 5. Just in case any brony or pegasisters out there is watching this. It's like I said, I don't do a lot of MLP content on this channel. I rarely ever do. Once in a while I might. So yeah, other than that, let me think. There's all those spells she can cast. She can cast a lot of different spells for bringing things to life. There's that. Taking out clones like nothing. There's that. So she's really good at that battle strategy, I guess, if you want to call it that. She has the power to lift things 10 times her weight with her magic, of course. Casting spells and magics and everything like that. What else? She's really good at test, I guess. There's that. And she can talk. In a way, it's funny because these aren't anthropomorphic ponies. If you don't know what anthropomorphic is, once again, go on Google. Search it yourself. But other than that, there's that. And what else can she do? I guess, I don't know what it is because I remember, I guess she can shoot laser beams out of her freaking horn for her unicorn thing. Because I remember in Season 2, Pinkie Pie did that little cannon thing. That became a huge joke out of a whole plane. And that probably wasn't supposed to be taken serious, so there's that. As far as her arsenal weapons go. And, yeah, and then she can perform dark magic, too, which she doesn't really do because she's for the justice, for the good ponies, for the heroes, not for the villains, you know? And, yeah, that's it for weapons, I guess. So there wasn't too much in weapons at all. Same with Keldeo, which I'm going to get into right now. So that's all Twilightsparkle's thing. And now let's go for Keldeo. And most people can see what Keldeo looks like. And I'm going to actually pause it when I see him. If he comes into the next season. Of course, that's Keldeo right there. Looking boss as fuck. It's him in the anime, obviously. Alright, so let me pause it. Let's talk about Keldeo. And I could get Keldeo out here right now. See if he's in here. Huh. Because I got like a big giant thing right here. There it is. Hopefully all this shit doesn't fall. If it does, I apologize in advance. Hopefully people can see it too. Right there. I actually have him in a card right there if you can see that. Awesome as shit. This is from Legendary Treasures, not the Bounders Cross one. I really wish I had that one too. And next to all my legendaries, extremely rare valuables. I have it right here. Matter of fact, I think I've shown it to you once or twice, but I'll show it to any of my new people that are watching. TCG right there. Extremely rare, fucking valuable cards. Are probably worth, maybe in the future, will probably be $200-300 in another 10-20 more years. I don't know. The ancient ones, like not the ancient ones, the beginning ones, the base sets and all that are extremely fucking rare. I even heard like the booster packs for the first and second generations, like base set 1, 2, the Team Rocket 1, etc. are really huge. But yeah, other than that, stuff is pretty good. I'm sorry about that, people. I was just listening to like I'm listening to Paranoid Gun. Sorry if I had a brain fart there. Well, never mind. I was just checking to see if that was going well. Yeah, but other than that, let's talk about Keldeo real quick. Pretty much Keldeo, oh yeah, like I was saying with the booster boxes though, before I go on to Keldeo, those things go up to at least $10,000 or more, literally. I shit you not. Shout out to Primetime Pokemon for telling me that, because he does talk to me about that. If any people aren't Pokemon fans, definitely check his shit out if you're getting into it. Getting into the TCG again. Highly suggest you subscribe to that dude's channel. He's a freaking expert when it comes to Pokemon TCG. A lot more than I'll ever be, pretty much. But yeah, other than that, let's talk about Keldeo. So, Keldeo, you know, obviously, he was introduced into the Black and White series when 5th generation, the Unova generation, was discovered, and not really discovered, made in 2010 in Japan, and we got it over here in the US in 2011. Matter of fact, the staircase, not the staircase, the surface that I'm using right now for doing this video, I actually have a Pokemon Black and White book under it, which I would show it to you, but I don't want to mess up the angle of my camera right now, so there's that. Let me get another drink. I really got to start to learn not to get off topic on things. I really got to. But yeah, other than that, Keldeo, let's talk about him, you know. Anyways, yeah. Enough with all the brain farts. Pretty much, people, what I really want to say is that Keldeo, his origins, obviously, he comes from like I think it was the Three Musketeer Pokemon. That's what it was with Virizion, or some people call it Virizion, just like the phone company Verizon, but it's different. But there's that, Terrakion, I don't know, he reminds me of teriyaki places. There's that. And then, of course, Cobalion, however you want to say it. Cobaline, I don't know. So, yeah, other than that, what I really want to talk about besides with Keldeo is that his origins. So, obviously, he became one of the fourth out of the Three Musketeers that he came out of, obviously. There's that. There's that. And other than that, I'm sorry if I keep saying other than that. My mind's a little lost right now because of the weird-ass noise that's going on. So yeah, other than that, what I really want to get into the meat and bones of this fucking thing is that, number one, obviously Keldeo, he had his own movie in the Keldeo, the Sword of Justice, which I'll get to. If I can find it. See, there's that one. He's using an attack right there. He's about to use Ice Beam there. There's one that he's going against Fennekin, which is weird. There's the Swords of Justice right there. Kirim and the Sword of Justice. That's what I'm talking about right there. So yeah, he was discovered there. That's a little backstory origin of him. That's the first thing I'm getting into. I guess he wanted to prove himself to be a fourth musketeer out of the Three Musketeers that were Virizion, or Virizion, however you want to say it, Terrakion, and Cobalion. And obviously he had to prove himself to be a master of the Swords of Justice, you know? He has to have a royalty in a spot, so he would probably be the prince out of those four, so I guess that's something that Twilight and Keldeo would have in common with each other. You know, they're a part of two different universes. Because obviously Hasbro owns that, which is MLP, and then Nintendo and Pokemon own that, obviously. And the Pokemon Company own Keldeo. But other than that, and of course Pokemon as a whole, it hasn't actually been around as long as Hasbro's been. Because the first, second generation MLP was out way back in the day, back in 83, 84, and Pokemon, the early beta stages of drawing was like 1990, 91, so Pokemon is actually a lot younger than MLP. The thing is that generation-wise, it's still a lot more famous than My Little Pony, I'm just saying, because most of that was for little girls in the first, second, third generation, but when Lauren Faust, I'm not going to say too much on it, when she came in to break that barrier, she made sure both genders, no matter what age or sex differences, it wasn't just for little girls for the fourth generation. She actually made sure that every race and ethnicity, even gender, would enjoy the fucking MLP FIM franchise, you know? And shout out to her for doing that. She made Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, a lot of shit in the 90s I grew up with, even Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. But now we're going way off topic again. So, back to Keldeo's origin. So after it, like, pretty much after, he gets indicted into the being the fourth member of the Swords of Justice. Kyurem ends up attacking him. He runs away. He runs into Ash, and then he has to face his fears. And pretty much more of the story of the Pokemon thing for Keldeo, the Sword of Justice, which I actually did a movie review on my Nintendo Sony Free channel. It was like the fourth or fifth video I did on there, so it was one of my first videos I did in there. If you want to check that out, about 2-3 years ago I did it. So you can learn more about that over there, maybe. Or just go on Bulbapedia. A lot easier, my suggestion. But yeah, other than that, pretty much there's that, his whole origin. And I know in the game they didn't really give him no background except for him being an event Pokemon like Victini, Meloetta, and Genesect, which I talked about all three of those, obviously. They made movies for all of them. They always make movies for the legendaries, there's no doubt about that. And I know I actually did a reaction review, which I'm going to upload Friday. I know I did this Monday, but time has been consuming me like a motherfucker, especially at my job and my personal life, which obviously I'm not going to get into. But yeah, other than that, let's talk about this again. So there's pretty much all of Keldeo's origins as a whole. As far as him going to be in the video games, besides him being an event Pokemon, I guess you could say, there's a shiny version of him too. I'm not sure if there's a special way of getting him, because I never had the, not Game Shark, the e-reader or anything, not even e-reader. Action Replay. I never had hacks or anything like that, so I really don't know what his information is. I've seen it on Cerebi.net and Bulbapedia, but I completely forgot what it was. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much a lot of his origins as a whole. Now let's get to his attack and defense. So, obviously, it's natural for Keldeo to have a lot of attacks and shit, and he's able to use human speech. Nothing new there. But yeah, other than that, what I will say about Keldeo is that obviously he has the big giant moves. He's got Hydro Pump. He's got his signature move. I think it's called Mysterious Sword, Sword of Mystery. Instead of like the other three, how the other three Musketeer Pokemon, which I already said their names. I'm not going to keep repeating them. They get the Sacred Sword, but he gets like a Mysterious Sword or Sword of Mystery instead. Unless it's called Sword of Justice, I don't know. There's those attacks. And what else does he get? He gets a lot of other water types attacks. I think he's water fighting. I was going to say it was one of the first water fighting types, but unfortunately that belongs to Poliwrath. Even though he's not a legendary Pokemon, he's extremely powerful nevertheless. There's that. And what else? What more can I say? Pretty much. He knows a lot of fighting type moves. I know he knows close combat. There's that. And Mega Horn, I guess he can lose. I think I know his ability is Resolute, when he goes into Resolution form or whatever. Really sick ass ability, by the way, especially if you're in a competitive battle scene. I know that's for the Ubers team or whatever, not the OU-NU-RU tiers or whatever, so I know that thing is extremely overpowerful. So I'm not sure if his Resolution form is banned or not. I don't know, because most people are mostly focused on X and Y these days instead of the 5th gen, because that's usually how it goes whenever the Pokemon Company or Nintendo, they make a brand new generation after 6-7 years. Pretty much, he's not gonna Sorry, I tried to laugh there. My throat is going. Pretty much. That's better. Pretty much, obviously, you know, he's going to be a fucking wrecking ball, you know, and pretty much after 6-7 years, Pokemon Company, a lot of people forget about the other generation, just go on the bandwagon for the next one, you know. Except they'll keep the legendaries in mind, obviously. So there's that. His attacks are really fucking good. I'm not sure about his defense. His speed, I know, is huge as fuck. Special attack, special defense is very fucking high. I know that for a fact. I'm not sure about his regular attack and defenses, but I know the thing that makes him most powerful is his speeds and agilities. Fucking off the chart. I'm not sure about the specific numbers, but I know from hearing from various other sources of people, of YouTubers out there that do competitive, like things like that dude Rycard, Movo19, other people, just to name a few. JYT Gamer, then Cuddle of Death, Zephyr Sonic, King Nappy, King Shiggy, a lot of other people out there that do competitive battles. Check all their videos out. I'll post some of their people's link down in the description box below. There's that. And other than that, if you want to learn more about competitive battles, I highly suggest you subscribe to their channels and stuff, because I'm really not that great when it comes to competitive battles. I usually just play the story mode, and that's pretty much it. I'll do online stuff here and there, but I don't really do it competitively. Like with the natures and everything, I really don't give a shit about those too much. I'm sorry if that offends you people, because a lot of the younger generation, that is a lot younger than me, because I'm already in my mid-20s, but the millennials maybe, I don't know, because I think I was from